Hi everybody, today I'm going to make a sweet treat. We're going to make almond cranberry oatmeal cups. I've been eating a lot of sugar recently, so I decided I should try to make something a little healthier. So if you're using, you can use almond butter or peanut butter. I'm going to use almond butter because I'm allergic. So I'm going to start with 1 cup of almond butter, 1/3 cup of maple syrup, and if you don't want to or don't have maple syrup, you may use honey as well. And then I'm going to do 1 teaspoon of vanilla and about a 1/2 tablespoon of coconut oil melted, and 2 tablespoons of water. There. I'm going to mix this up, which will probably take a little bit to work in the almond butter or the peanut butter. But I want to get this mixed in really well before I add any of my dry ingredients. Alright, I ended up grabbing a whisk. It was much easier to whisk all that together. Next I'm going to do 1.5 cups of oatmeal. Oh. And a 1/2 cup of dried cranberries, and make sure you do the 50% less sugar, unless you don't really mind about it being a healthier snack or not. Now I'm going to fold this in. I'm going to mix this really well before I press it into my dishes. Alright, I have everything mixed up pretty well. So I'm going to start spooning it in to my molds. And I'm just going to keep going until they all look fairly even. I'm not too worried about them being exact. I'm now done putting all my mixtures into my cups. So next I'm going to go to the chocolate. I'm using melting wafers because they're a lot harder to burn in the microwave. But you can use chocolate chips if that's all you have. And you can use any kind of chocolate you prefer. I prefer white chocolate. And I'm going to melt 1/2 cup. One way to ensure that you don't burn your chocolate is that just because there's some chunks, that's okay. Don't try to microwave it to a smooth liquid. Stir it really well, even if there's chunks, and let the chunks just melt into the already melted chocolate. So I'm going to carefully pour a little bit over each one. And I guess I can always melt some more chocolate if I run out. I've ended up doing another 1/2 cup of white chocolate. I don't know if I'll end up using it all to go over the tops, but I did need more melted chocolate to finish covering these better. And it doesn't really matter if they're not covered all the way to the edges. You just want a good coating on top. Alright, I think that looks pretty good. I'll shake them around a little bit, make sure it gets covered better. The next step you want to do is get your salt. I'm using Celtic sea salt. You can use whatever salt you have on hand, don't worry about it. And I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit over the top of each to give a little bit of that salty sweetness to it. Plus white chocolate is much sweeter than dark chocolate or milk chocolate. Alright, so now I'm going to stick these in the fridge and let them cool, and we'll see how they turn out. Okay, here they are out of the fridge. Nice and solid. Coconut oil helps them firm up good. not too firm. So I thought I'd just try a little piece. That is very good. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful night.